Hey guys, welcome back to Aspire Home and Garden, and today I am trying to get all my boxes ready to go in the garage. I have a bunch of outlet boxes and stuff that I need to get going and ready into places in case I decide to pick up some drywall. But I'm just loosening up or doing some odds and ends at this point in time. Because I kind of felt tired today, so I just wanted to get a little bit done. So this is kind of an odds and ends video this time. So basically I'm just hammering in my boxes, leaving a little bit of room for drywall or whatever I decide. If I decide to do drywall, I don't know, I may not do any kind of drywall and leave it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It'd probably be more efficient. So at this point in time, I was thinking I was going to put my light parts into everything. Well, it turns out the light boxes that I had gotten was actually light boxes that were for drywall. They weren't for a ceiling that had not been finished yet. So I need to wait until do that. But I could do the wiring part of things, but just not the light box part of things, because there's nothing to attach them to, because you need the drywall to be done. But what I can do is do some of the lights, but I want to wait on that until all the lights are finished. I flipped them over again and found out that I need to repaint them, so we'll do that later. So I decided that I would go ahead and start putting up my shutters since I got them all finished and painted. There's a couple of them that need to be repainted, so I'm kind of waiting for that factor. So basically I'm going to sit here and put in all of the shutters. They look really awesome, by the way. You are going to love them at the end of the video. Look how nice they look. They look awesome. They match the trim and everything else. I think that I probably won't get all the trim done this year. We'll have to see what happens. So I decided to go to my doorbell and hardwire my doorbell into the garage. So basically I have a doorbell right now that is not plugged in. It's a battery, so I always have to take the screw out and stuff, and eventually that's gonna wear out the screw casing and everything, probably strip it out, as long as I don't know, maybe it needs to be careful with that. But I have to recharge my battery, and I thought I was gonna go this way and do a bunch of angles through that, and then I stopped and I was like, I'm just gonna go through the garage. So I made a mistake, put a pole there, but it's no big deal. I can fix that. I think I'm probably going to end up putting the latch anyway on this side, because I think I'm gonna probably go ahead and decide to fill that back in, and then put the latch over on this side. But I don't know, I may have to hang the doors over on this side. It just depends. I'm thinking about putting a gate in this area, and the most secure spot of the gate is actually this side, because it's lag bolted into the other side of this area, which is so awesome. And it's more secure than the other post. The other post isn't that secure, and that's probably why my gate doesn't work as well. So I have a plan for this area, but I just have to find a gate that is about 55 inches wide, I think. I have to remeasure and figure that one out. But that's about the length of it, but the height has to be, the usual 6 feet tall or whatever. So I'm still trying to find something that's going to work for this area. So it's going to be a while, because I want it that big, so we can push through furniture and other things. So I decided to go ahead and wire it directly through. I'm using some conduit and stuff like that is actually a conduit that is made out of a material that is able to be bent. So I did that, and then later I put some other material around it so that it could be all waterproofed. And then I took the casing off so that I could put the wire back behind the doorbell itself, so that it was able to have enough wire back there. I have not put the wire, unfortunately, hooked it up to the electricity yet. That actually may require an electrician. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out right now, because I think I could probably add an extra to one of the other switches that are already out there. Like the lights or whatever that are already active. But I'm going to have to shut off the garage power in order to do it. So I'm kind of like, should do it but don't want to do it, kind of thing is how I feel. But at least it got wired. I'm also considering changing my doorbell to a different brand. So for right now, it's going to work like this. And I don't know if I hooked it up for too much power. I might have hooked it up for too much power too. So I did this and I stringed it all the way down, and I haven't done anything yet with hooking up to electricity, but it's getting there. There are so many other outlets that need to be hooked up to at this point in time, and there's so many other projects that need to be done before this one. But I thought we would get some of the odds and ends done today anyway, just to kind of start doing some other things. I would have to buy some things to actually finish some of this project, like more paint. I'm thinking maybe I should have bought the 5-gallon tub versus just a bunch of little gallons of paint. 5 gallons, a gallon, just a bunch of gallon paints. But anyway, so I am really working hard on this garage. I might switch around a little bit because the garage is not heated or anything like that, and I don't know. Depending on the weather and everything else, I'm going to have to figure out some other stuff too to get this build done. As far as finances, like I still have 15,000 watch hours to go, and then we can get monetized, which I'm so excited about. Hey guys, I wanted to also say thanks for subscribing and everything else, saying all the nice comments and everything, and you can hear Nashoba in the background squeaking like he usually does. Sorry about that. He just is a talker, and he's trying to get me to play ball with him. It is a Sunday today, but this was done on a Saturday. And so basically you want to take your whole entire doorbell off to hook this up. I tried to put some wires around this. I might paint this actually the same color as the background. So then at least it's actually done and secure. I probably could have moved the hole over a little bit more, and that probably would have been a little bit better too, but I didn't. So now everybody can kind of see it a little bit, and yeah, so you get what I'm getting at. So anyway, the other thing I probably could have done is we could have moved the doorbell to straight on, which also would have helped too, where it covered the hole. So that might be an idea also, coming down the line when I do the other doorbell, or if I decide to, I can move this, and then I can move that doorbell too on the top, because it doesn't even work. In fact, I should really take it off of there. So I just wanted to make sure that, you know, everything worked good. I think that would actually, if we move the doorbell over the hole, it would probably save a lot of issues. You can see that I'm trying to figure out how to put the little curvy thing on there and doing all these things, but then I decided that the little curve part, the plastic hard piece, should actually go on the inside, and it would make it actually easier for wiring. So that's what I did. I probably actually could have saved that little piece and left it alone and not even used it, but we kind of need that for the outside part so that the wire doesn't get all wet and stuff. I think with me sitting here thinking about it, we might move the doorbell to over the hole, which would make it a whole lot better. So when I do call my other subscriber or my other company that has my security system, they have a brand new doorbell, but it had to be wired. So hopefully I can get that together, and that would be awesome. I also have another doorbell that is actually at the front door, and I'm going to get rid of that one hopefully soon. That would also make it better too, because it's already unhooked, and I just need to figure out, put some silicone in it maybe, or something to hide it. You can't see it because it's underneath one of the little, I guess, groovy things of where the siding comes together. So anyway, it's kind of like thinking about all these different things, because I don't want people opening my gate, because I'm going to be locking the gate here, and I've got some ways of figuring that whole situation out. So I think that will be a lot better anyway. It will be a lot better insulated, and eventually I will glue all that together. But I kind of temporarily did it so that I could think about like leaving the battery in there, and then also at the same time having it hooked up to actual power. So I guess I probably should hook it up. I already went through all of the posts in the inside of the garage. I tried to film that, but I think my camera was starting to overheat, so I didn't get a chance to. There's some of it in here, but not a whole heck of a lot because my body gets in the way and stuff, so you guys don't want to see my body and everything in the way. So I did go through all the posts. They are kind of big holes. I probably should do little ones. Those probably aren't up to code, blah, blah, blah. Well, it is what it is, but I wish they made like one of those like circular drill bits, the dozers, at an even smaller amount. They probably do. I just don't know about it. Which I probably should look on the website. So then when I do my 14, I think this is 14 something is the wire, it won't have any problems with going through the studs as much. I have lots of wiring to do. I found this wire for really inexpensive, and so I'm so proud of myself because all the 250 feet is actually about to almost the same amount, $250 here in Colorado. So I found it for $99, so I got a huge deal on it. So they're actually selling more of it, so I'm gonna have to go back online and buy some more from the person, because I'm gonna need to wire actually several things, and hopefully they have some of the indoor wire too, because I need that to wire up some things that are coming up. So I want to get most of the garage done if I can, and then we'll see about other stuff. I do want to I was going to plan on trimming trees today too, but I didn't get a chance to. I tried a couple times, but the ladder is like so unstable, so I'm going to have to get one of those like flat ladders that you can stand on. They call them like a scaffolding, and they go up 6 feet, and then they have a rail on them. You guys have seen them at, Home Depot and all those places. I think they're like really inexpensive, like $250 or something, but of course that takes money and time, so we might have to wait until a little while, and that will also help me paint my house too, and I can put that up versus just the ladder, which makes me a little nervous. So that's why I am not fully painting everything at this point in time and getting it all done. So basically I have my cute little wire adjusters here. We're taking off the plastic part of everything, and then I have to separate out the wires for the positive and the negative. There is no thing for a ground wire, so this wire might be a little bit too hefty for this whole thing. We're gonna find out if I blow it out or not. We'll see what happens. It probably is too much, so whatever, it is what it is. But we're gonna take off both of those plastic parts so that we can hook it all up and make it look nice in there. I did buy a bunch of those little screw cap things to hold in the wires. I do not know what they're called. I've been wiring stuff forever. Like, I've wired stereos and all the other stuff, and it's basically the same thing, except for you have to use a little bit different pliers for electrical versus like stereo equipment. I found that out from electrician that was here to do my outlets in my home because they had blown out. So I'm basically gonna have to have them wire some other things up for me that I don't have like access to also, because there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to be using that is going to be coming up. So I think my next thing is going to be trying to also save up for my new electrical box, which they told me that's going to be about $6,000. And then if they have to wire some other things, I don't know, it could be more. So it just depends. I try to look at some electrical boxes on Home Depot and think about doing it myself, but I'm not exactly quite certain if I can make the fish tape go through the walls and connect all the way to, actually, I wonder if there's a port somewhere. Sorry, I'm thinking now out loud. I don't know if there's a port somewhere, but anyway, all you do is you put these little screw ends on, which are awesome, and they tighten everything up for you, except for when you make a mistake like that. And one's yellow and one's red, probably for hot and positive and negative charges, I'm assuming, but I don't know if I did opposite or what. I was just in a big hurry, just to get them so that they worked. They're small, and then there's medium ones, and it was a pain in the you-know-what to try to get this whole thing back into the little socket thingy. I think it will work a lot better when we do everything else later down the road, and move that doorbell over to the other side, to make it look nicer. I am looking forward to that part. I think now that I'm thinking about things, I think that it will look better. I was like, I don't want to go through the siding. Well, I guess who went through the siding anyway? And then I can put some wood filler in that hole that I accidentally dug through. It's no big deal. The other holes, I can do the same thing. All they are is bolts. And I want to paint that fence because I want to make sure that fence lasts. This post is going to last the longest because guess what? It is secured to that door garage, and it's the most secure, so it's probably better if I have it holding stuff, and it doesn't matter if the gate goes all the way to the garage or not. So I think I found a gate that might work, but I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I think I have to cement some of the gates too, so that's another thing. I know I'm going off on a tangent today, because the posts aren't the greatest. But anyway, the wiring was pretty easy. You just have to secure everything back together and re-screw everything back. It's way easy. Anybody could probably do this. I've redone or put this on the first place, and then now I'm just basically unscrewing and screwing it back in, putting back the screws. You can see the battery at the bottom, and this has a funky screw thing on it, so you can't really unscrew it very well. So if somebody came by and tried to unscrew your stuff, it wouldn't work. They do sell boxes over these things too that might actually work better, that are security boxes, but I don't know if they sell security boxes for Comcast or not. So yeah, that's right, Comcast is the people who have my system, and they are actually fabulous. I wish I could have more video cameras all over my house. That would be awesome, but that's a part of my PTSD, so that's why I want video cameras everywhere, just to make sure who's doing what sort of thing after all the bad things that I've had happen to this house. It looks like people have actually broken in before and stuff like that too. So that is why I am being so secure with all this stuff, which any person or family should be secure to with getting security systems. And I'd highly recommend that to everybody, actually. And that's not something that we're sponsored by anybody, because of course we're not monetized yet. So anyway, trying to put back all of the screws, put the box back together, and then end up putting the plastic movable part back over, and you can just cut those things. They're pretty easy to cut and then use them somewhere else if you need it. I am going to be using some other electrical stuff, which I can start getting all of that together too, because we are there's going to be a lot of electrical stuff. I have stuff to finish my pavers outside in the front yard too, which we'll get to that part also. So I'm trying to use up all my stuff right now that I already have so that we can do save money for the next part of things. So that would be really nice. Once we start to get monetized and stuff. Sorry, I keep talking about monetization. So anyway, you can see I'm getting all the tube all the way up there into the area. I'm trying to push back some of the wire too back there. There is a little bit of wire exposed. It is perfectly fine. We're actually have another piece that goes underneath there too that will help support that. And then, of course, putting the box back over everything and the battery in. I guess I probably should have charged it. I was thinking about, well, maybe you should charge it while you have it out, but I didn't. So I'll have to take the box back out again, or I could hook it up to one of those live wires. That would be the other solution, which would be easier, but, we have to do the things the hard way. So we'll see what happens as we go, but there you go. I got my battery all hooked up and ready to go for now. I think I'm going to probably move it on that tubey thing. I'm going to move it eventually. So anyway, yes, I'm using one of the too big of holes for the dozer to push things through. I got real frustrated. I was like, I can't deal with this because I couldn't get it to go through the holes that were smaller. I know it's probably not as stable, whatever. If it's that big of a deal, we could always just use some wood filler or something. That might work too, to fill up the holes a little bit more and make it look like there was never a problem in case the people come in and have to inspect it and crap, which is probably going to have to happen at one point in time when they do the box. So I'm trying to get all this wiring done, some of it anyway, done by myself, but some of it I can't do. So I just figured if we could at least get the boxes everywhere that I wanted, and I have all the the electrical outlets and everything else, those are all done. Whoops, this one's was a challenge too. I don't know why, but it was like this post in particular, oh my god, it was a pain in the to try to get it through there. It just didn't want me to use my hammer. I tried to use it like several times to get it over there, and I still couldn't get it through the wood. So I have no idea what's wrong with this thing. Maybe it's just the person who's using the mallet too, who knows. But anyway, I went back through and I got some other boxes placed where I wanted some more outlets. Some of them I don't think I was very good about doing the drywall. So the edges of the drywall might have to go under that. Either that or I'm going to have to take them out and move them. So, oh well, it is what it is, right? Learning lessons. Here we go. But I put in a bunch of these boxes. Like I said, I couldn't do the light boxes, but what I will do is I'll get all the wires up, and that way I can wire everything. And I might get another 250 or whatever feet from that guy that I bought the other wire from to do the garage, and then I might buy whatever it is inside the house, and I don't remember, I think it's 12 something. Alright guys, thanks for watching today's video Inspire Home and Garden. I hope you inspire to do something wonderful in your life no matter what it is, and I hope you inspire other people to do something wonderful in theirs. Thanks for watching today. Go ahead and hit that notification bell and subscribe and all that fun stuff, and thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time on Food Inspire Home and Garden.